Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Album Review Corner. This is episode number 5 out of this series. Alright, so this week I'm going to focus on Creed's album from, I believe it's 2002, entitled Human Clay. Alright, so a little disclaimer before I get started. If you guys don't like Creed, or if one of you, whoever watches the video doesn't like Creed, for a reason, please don't watch the video. Because I have said so many people on online forums, on other videos, on, just in general, tell me how just stupid. Tell me why they don't like Creed and they don't like Scott Stapp and whatever. So if you don't like this video, if you don't like, if you don't like the band or their views or whatever, you can, as long as it's a good conversation either below this video or online anywhere, please feel free. But if you're gonna say something stupid, just don't even say it, because you're gonna make yourself seem like a real asshole. All right, so basically this album, the first track, there's 12 tracks. I'm just gonna go through the tracks real fast and then do their individual, and then basically give my whole overall review. Alright, so there's, like I said, there's 12 tracks. First one is Are You Ready? The second one is What If? The third one is Beautiful. The fourth one is Say I. The fifth one is Wrong Way. The sixth one is Faceless Man. 7 is Never Die. 8 is With Arms Wide Open. 9 is Higher. 10 is Wash Away Those Years. 11 is Beautiful. And then 12, which is not on the US version, even though it's listed, it's actually With Arms Wide Open twice, is Young or Old, so I was able to find that meaning on the internet. Alright, so basically, I'm gonna start with the first track here. Are You Ready? I like the riffs. Overall, I like the riffs and just the overall tone of the album. It's very dark. It has a lot of meaning to it, as I think all Creed albums do. At least the first 3, the last one, and we'll see about this new one that's coming out next year. The last one was kind of commercialized, maybe a little bit, but it was still, in my opinion, it was still pretty good. It didn't maybe haven't have as much meaning as far as religion, but it's basically Scott, saying, the last one was him saying, "Oh, I've been through a lot. I'm gonna vent a little bit." All right, so anyway, this one, um, Are You Ready? This song was about, basically, I think, about Scott's life and him preparing to have a son, Jagger, and saying, I'm gonna get my life straight, and this time he was this is when he kind of went nuts, I guess. Yeah, it's a good song, a hard rock song, good hard rock song. All right, second song is basically is What If, and basically I think this song follows the premise from the Bible of an eye for an eye. It basically says, if you do this to me, I'm gonna do this to you. Essentially, is what it's saying. If you get down to it, it's a good song. It's a heavy song. The guitar riffs are great. It just makes the song really dark and really, really good, really good. All right, the third song is Beautiful, and this song is about Scott's ex, um, and basically saying you can't judge a book by the cover, because he's basically saying that, oh, I was, stripped of whatever I had in life, when she left me, because she took a lot from him and whatever, and maybe a lot emotionally from him, is that's what he's referring to. All right, the next song is Say I, and it could be about Scott questioning religion, as similar to My Own Prison from the 1997 album. It's basically him realizing, I think, that he he's the one that has to pay for his mistakes. He can't blame everyone, as he was starting to do, and saying that I'm not an alcoholic, and going on stage drunk, and basically that's the end of the first reign of Creed, and they've come back recently. All right, and then let me switch this around. The next song here is Wrong Way, and basically I think it's about Scott Scott just telling Scott just telling everyone to get, if you have a problem with whatever, and you are facing your demons in life, figure it out, get your life together, and just, yeah, I mean, he's obviously having a self conflict in his life, and he is depressed, and couldn't couldn't figure out what he wanted, which way in life he wanted to go. If he wanted to stay the good route or take the bad, I'm assuming addictive route and just, go on drugs or whatever, and other substances, whatever. Alright, the next song is Faceless Man. Basically, in this song, I think Scott is faced with God. It's the person that, if you listen to the song, the person that is facing the faceless God, I think would be Scott, and he is just trying to get his life together, and God in this case is giving his advice and saying, oh, this is what you need to do and how you need to get your life together. It's definitely good, and when you see him in concert and you see videos, he'll say, I want to take you on a spiritual journey. That's how you know. That was my first clue, maybe, that what this was about. It may not be, but yeah, so I don't know. Alright, so the next song would be Never Die. And this song is about never letting your youth go, because if you do, you're going to become depressed and just not happy in life, and you definitely don't want that, because life can throw you a lot of curveballs when you're depressed, and it's not, as you saw in my last video, one of my previous videos, Nicky Six, the same thing. He was depressed for a while, and couldn't get his life together, and the band he wasn't happy, didn't like being a musician, and contemplated suicide. So it's definitely not good. The next song is With Arms Wide Open. This song was written about his first, this song was written actually, when he first heard that his first child, Jagger, was going to be born, and basically him saying that he doesn't want him to be like him in the mistakes he's made. And I made a video about this, a picture video, and it I think it illustrates what it's about. And it's about religion. It's about him not wanting him to make mistakes, and just him venting and saying, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to take on a new challenge in life. So it's definitely a good song. One of their top hits, of course. I think one of their best. Alright, the next song, an equally good song as With Arms Wide Open, best known, by this band, would be Higher. And this song is a great song. It's a heavy song, very heavy. It's got a tone to it where, it's not a heavy metal song, but it's not, a punk song, I guess you'd say. Alright, so it's about lucid dreaming, and basically, what I saw online here, that in 2002, Scott did an interview with 2000, Scott did an interview with Spin Magazine, telling what this was about, and he basically said that he was having a reoccurring nightmare, and after he wrote this song, he read up on lucid dreaming first, and read Hindu books and whatever, and yeah, after he wrote the song, he didn't have the nightmares anymore. So something must have worked, and it's definitely you'll never guess that. You always think, oh, I want to be taken from where I am, and taken, be maybe a famous rock star or whatever. But that's not the case. All right, the next song is Wash Away Those Years. This is a very, very deep song. It's about, I think, one of the best in the album. 6 minutes long. It kind of gets it's very dark and very slow in the beginning. Then it's a quick guitar riff, which I think is a very cool, if you listen to the song, you'll hear it, a very cool, turnaround, and then it gets a little bit faster. But this song's about rape. It's a very dark subject, very dark song about a girl who has been violated by either her friend, either a neighbor, a friend, her dad, the uncle. I don't know, but yeah, it's a very dark song, and I saw online, like Nirvana did with one of their songs, "Rape Me." I've heard it. I just recently heard it the other day. They put it as a B-side. You would think this would probably be a B-side because they wouldn't want this to be on there, but again, you need to spread the word for this, and it's definitely a very touching, very deep song. Good song. I recommend if you haven't heard it, gone through the whole album, please do. And yeah. The next song would be Inside Us All, and this song just deals with depression and its effects, and how the fact there is, some people may not think this, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Unfortunately, a lot of people commit suicide and with depression, and think it's never going to end, but it does. And if you you get through that dark period, you will have a better life, and that's basically what this was referring to, and whatever. All right, this next song, as I said, was not on the U.S. version of the CD like I have here in iTunes. It's actually released in the European version, so I went on YouTube and found it. And the song's very, very dark. It's young or old, and it's very straightforward. The song title. I think it's about a man, maybe in this case Scott, just clinging to his youth and not wanting to grow up. And this is probably referring to him in '97 when he was, I'm not gonna say he was a wild rock star, but he did some stuff that he may regret, that he did regret, and yeah, so that's basically it. Alright, well, that's the whole album. There's 12 songs. That was pretty fast, I think. Overall, the album very, very good. A lot of deep riffs, a lot of really good sounding riffs, and good masterwork by the producers, and good guitar work by one of my favorite guitarists, Mark Tremonti, who has a album. So check my review out for that, and then of course good drumming and all this stuff. Overall, it's a good album, and I recommend, if you guys haven't checked it out already, check it out, please, and leave your comments and stuff below. The next album I think I'm gonna do would probably be a Nirvana album. So if you guys want to, maybe this week, maybe next week. I know I just did an album review, but thank you guys for watching this episode. Have a nice day.